Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we have episode 19, season 19 of Washington Football Team 20-year rebuild. If you guys are new to here, my name is Green Machine Sam. This is my series, Washington Football Team 20-year rebuild. We're in season 19, so if you guys want to go see any of the old episodes, go check out the description or go check out my channel. It's probably one of the newer playlists because it will be updated sooner rather than later if you guys are watching this around the time it comes out. But that being said, guys, let's hop into it. Now, the team's looking real good, coming off a playoff loss, one of our few playoff losses in our career. Team's looking real good. Some guys did have to be moved on from, some guys that have been on the team for quite some time. We do have some rookies coming in Campbell and in Biggers, as well as a safety. Carmichael is a new third tight end. The offensive line's looking real good. It's going to continue to develop with some of these guys being on the younger side. But the defense, this is the main point of this team. My gosh, it looks good. So we moved Alani Franklin down a corner because he has like 90-something man coverage. So I figured, goddamn, he can go fucking play some goddamn corner. So we brought in Whitmore for basically nothing. Slaughter's looking good. He is slowly starting to hit that wall, though. Justice Heath is, though, taking his spot. Amos and Phillips are looking good. Franklin, like I said, is going to match up with Wallace and Spence. They're going to be a great three-headed monster. Franklin will probably just end up playing the slot, or Spence will. I haven't decided yet. Franklin has that upside of being a safety, so he's going to be able to. He's going to want to hit people more. He's going to want to play the run a little bit more. But Spence is that slot guy that we have been using. But he could move to the outside. Calvin Davis, one of our former linebackers that we drafted, I'm pretty sure he was supposed to be the guy. Ellabray was not supposed to be the guy. Calvin Davis was supposed to be the guy. And there was a third guy. And Ellabray actually ended up outshining those guys. So Eric Ash is regressing, but he's still very, very good. He's still one of the best free safeties, if not the best in the league. Brandon Marshall and Cam Allen are going to be that number 1 and number 2 pairing at running back. Going to put Biggers in the slot, see if he develops a little bit more. I think I ended up deciding to go with Arthur halfway through the season because we weren't doing good, because I did end up stopping the sim to try to like re-sign people or whatever, and I was supposed to do like a mid-season mark review, but that's not really important all that much. Covington's looking good, but with him not getting very much play time, it's hard to develop him the correct way. Jermichael Spence, though, he's 24. He needs a new contract. We're just going to give him the money. He's a talented corner with superstar X Factor. Kai Arthur, another guy that needs money. But goddamn, it's getting real expensive and it's getting real hard. And right here, I was like, hopefully we have enough money for the next 2 years. Because if I don't, then I don't know what I'm going to do. Because, like, you can't go into a rebuild for your final season. Or do I cut this series short? But Eric Ash re-signed. Carter was actually a guy that needed money. So we ended up trading him in a first. I know he's a little bit better than Levy, but Levy was going to cost us way less money. So I ended up trading Carter to the Pats and getting a tackle that only costs like $4 million a year for our cap hit, at least, because there would be no cap penalty. So I ended up trading Carter. I'm like, I'll take the downgrade for, I think it was like 4 years control, $4 million a year. I'm like, I'll take the downgrade and I'll take the loss of a pick to get probably a better tackle, in my opinion, in terms of future success. Austin Hawkinson has definitely regressed, though, which is sad because I have some wide receivers that I still want to develop. But, god damn, this defense looks good as hell. Phelps, you're kind of a disappointment with that normal development. But am I the only one that still wants slow development in the game? I'm not saying it needs to be like a dev trait that you see a lot or even a dev trait that, you know, you see a ton or in rookies, really. But I want a dev trait like slow. Like if your rookie doesn't start to develop after 2 years, then they get like the slow development trait. Justice Heath, though, apparently had a good game against the Giants. He gets superstar development, and then we ended up making the playoffs before week 16 even started. We ended up clinching the first seed in week 17, though. So we do end up getting the bye, as well as the Dolphins. Ravens are still in the playoffs at number 4. They're always going to be. I don't know why they are or how they are. They lost Lamar Jackson 2 years ago, and they apparently they didn't really take too many steps in towards the regression. We actually only ended up losing 2 games in the final, 8. That's what really killed us. But Cardinals and Bucks got the best of us. Not too bad, though. Austin Hawkinson with almost 4,300 yards, 31 touchdowns, 9 picks, 61 completion percentage. So about his average year. Cam Allen with 1,130 yards, 5.0 yard per attempt average, whatever you want to call it. 15 touchdowns, 453 yards for Brandon Marshall, 5 touchdowns. And Osgood with 7 touchdowns just on that power run game for him. So he's a good backup in terms of that 1 or 2 yard range, but he's nothing really special. Good third string though. I won't deny that he's definitely a good third string and definitely holds up his end of the bargain. 1,000 yards exactly for Steven Street, 4 touchdowns. Kai Arthur with 847 yards, 9 touchdowns. Kasim Biggers with almost 800 yards, 7 touchdowns. And Contreras with 749 yards, 2 touchdowns. The real disappointing thing about this, though, is Manu Contreras was supposed to be that next guy. And he definitely is. I'm not saying he's bad in any way, shape, or form. But we've always, since he became a starter, our targets have been our 3 wide receivers normally. I've normally had 2 good receivers and then a third option that we're throwing in the slot or something. And so he's not really getting any chances to show off. And it would probably be disappointing for him too. But you have to make some sacrifices. The defense balling out. Sacks are up this year. 14.5 for Amos, 7.5 for Slaughter, 7 for Phelps, 4.5 for Kerry Daniels, 4 for Heath, 3 for Jones, 2 for Franklin, and only 1.5 for Ellabray. So Ellabray not really rushing the passer this year. 5 picks for Ellabray, though. 3 for Whitmore, 3 for Franklin, 3 for Spence, 2 for Ash, 2 for Wallace, 1 for Daniels. So we're still forcing turnovers, which is great to see. The key to any defense is turnovers. If you guys have watched the Bears at all recently, the reason why I think their defense is pretty bad is, A, the offense puts them out on the field so much, and they can't create turnovers like they used to. They don't have those instinct guys. They don't have those just plays that flip a game on its head. Blocked kicks, 1 by Amos. Safeties, none. Touchdowns, none. So even though we weren't scoring on defense, we were still creating turnovers. 2 blocked extra points for Maillard. He went 17 of 18, though. That's very, very good. That's where I want him to be. Greer and Marshall, no kickoff return touchdowns or punt return touchdowns. MVP, not even in the list. So that sucks. Coach of the Year, we went at NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Hawkinson at 4. Don't understand that, especially since 2 of those guys were in MVP conversation. Cole Amos at 2 for Defensive Player of the Year. Ellabray at 5. Rookie of the Year, Biggers at 3. Campbell at 5. I just think they lost out to quarterbacks, which is kind of unfair. Kevin Orchard, one of our rookies on defense, he ended up getting 8 in Defensive Rookie of the Year. But we go up 7-0. Saints tie at 7-7, 9-7, 16-7, 24-7. 24-10, 31-10, and we ended up winning the game, so we're going to move on to the NFC Championship game. Kasim Biggers has a challenge against the Falcons, but I'm not going to play it. He can try to get it himself. 14-7 here against the Falcons, 21-7, and we will walk away with this game as well. 35-21 now, 42-21, and we end up winning the game. Falcons. You guys can go home. We're going to go to the Super Bowl once again. 336 yards through the air, 230 on the ground, 1 takeaway, 42 points for us. We had almost as many yards rushing as they did passing. Austin Hawkinson getting real hype. He's getting up there in age. He'll probably be gone within the next couple of years, with him being, I think, 36 now. Kasim Biggers goes up to star development, which is very good for us. He's taking that next step towards superstardom. So, back in the Super Bowl after a year miss. Gonna head out for the coin toss. Taking on the Titans. I don't think we've taken them on in the Super Bowl yet in terms of this sim. So, Cole Amos, Hawkinson, Streets, and I'm pretty sure either Ellabray or Daniels is out there. So, not exactly who I would send out, but I'd probably send out Tyler Wynn. I'd probably send out Jeremy Jones. I'd probably send out Slaughter, and I'd probably send out Eric Ash, but that's neither the here nor there. So we end up jumping into the game since we're down 13-3. Just going to do a little stretch play to Cam Allen. One guy misses, and just good blocks from the tight ends. It's going to get us into the end zone. Going to motion Ed Orr. Going to motion again. Put him back on the line. Handoff. Cam Allen on 4th and 1, and he's going to make him pay down to the 4-yard line. Down 16-10 now. 6 minutes left in the 4th quarter. 2nd and goal now here. Going to send Biggers in motion. Going to put him on a little fade route. Throw it up for him, and he's just going to go up and get it. That 6'3" body frame goes up, gets the football, brings it in for the touchdown. We actually are up 20-16 now. I'm just playing the moments at this point. And this was a big play. Jamichael Spence knocks the ball away, and after that, we just end up getting the ball back on 4th down. They end up, I think, getting like 1 yard because they throw a short pattern, and we end up stopping them. We end up winning the Super Bowl. This is a little bit in fast motion because this video was actually supposed to be like 20 minutes long, and I'm like, that's a little too long for this type of video, so we're just going to speed this thing up. We've seen it plenty of times, so just going to get through it. Ended up winning a Super Bowl, though, against the Titans. I think this is like number 7 or 8 at this point. Cam Allen, 24 carries, 119 yards, 1 touchdown. He definitely was a factor coming back in this game, but we weren't down by a whole ton, but I figured it's the Super Bowl. You may as well jump in. If you don't, then you know, it's not really that cool. So, yeah, you can sit here and say, well, you played a lot in it, but whatever. Jose Ramos retires, one of our best corners that we had on the team. Retires. He's going to go into retirement with Beckham and some of the other guys that we've had. Brian Amos, I remember trying to sign him back in the day. Trevor Lawrence retires. Earl Gordon retires. I'm pretty sure he was one of our guards that we drafted. Reggie Parks, tried to sign him in free agency. He was really good. And some more players. Nobody I can really see that would have been on the team. But we're losing Sharpton, Hale, and McCullers. McCullers and Hale have been here for a while. But I'm just not going to pay them the money that they want. It makes no sense for me to pay them the money that they want when I could probably get them in free agency for $5 to $50K contracts. We are trying to bring back Hale. We are trying to bring back multiple other guys as well. Huffman after after like 2 years gone, a year gone, something along that line, and some other players here for us. Whatever roles we don't fill, we'll probably try to fill in the draft. Of course, we'll try to fill roles of regression as well in the draft. But Spencer Rhodes also trying to bring him back. Trying to bring back multiple players that have been on the team before and know the system and stuff. 5th-year option here, we end up picking it up. It's for Whitmore. He's definitely worth it. He's a superstar safety. He's probably going to be in the 90s next year, if not already in the 90s. Stephen Pierce, good center. He'll be a backup. Matt Barwin, another good guy here. He actually has a hidden dev trait. I've learned that with right tackles, if they're a late round guy but they're still projected as a good pick, then they're more than likely having a dev trait. Madden's real not spontaneous with it, which is kind of disappointing. We end up trading back with the Jets in the 7th, so Stephen Peters is going to go to right guard. He'll be a backup for a couple of years. If we have to trade anybody, he'll probably step in and play that role, but nothing too special. Matt Barwin, another guy. If we have to, we'll trade somebody away, and he'll step in and fill a role. With that being said, guys, if you guys like any of this content, I would appreciate a subscribe. I would appreciate if you guys turn on post notifications. And if you guys need any roster updates, go check out my series down below in the description, possibly. All 4 games have been updated. But with that being said, I'm out. Peace.